Hi, this is Catherine Collier, and for this project, I decided to use preschool students, and the title of it is called Thank You for Being a Friend, the Preschool Edition. Let me preface this off by saying originally I'd invited 10 participants, but on the day of implementation, only 3 showed up. So in the pictures you'll say, those kids look familiar. That's because it's the same 3 or 4 in just about every single picture. For this project, I decided to do a program that teaches preschool students how to be a good friend and the qualities of good friendship. We started off by looking at examples of real life friendships that they could recognize from TV. So we used Peppa Pig and her friends, Dora and Boots, the whole PJ Masks crew, and Doc McStuffins. And it was funny as we were looking, one of the preschool students brought up Harry Potter and his owl Hedwig, and I was kind of surprised to know that she knew who they were. So when we looked at these images, I talked to the kids and they talked back to me about how are they friends, why are they friends, what makes a good friend, and they were able to come up with some really cute answers. The next part of this implementation, I had the kids go on a friendship scavenger hunt, and I gave the students a set of books, picture books. One was Jessica by Kevin Hinkes, Together by George Ella Lyon, 10 Thank You Letters by Daniel Kirk, Fancy Nancy Peanut Butter and Jellyfish by Jane O'Connor, Stand Tall, Molly Lou Mellon by Patty Lovell, When I Was Young in the Mountains by Cynthia Rylant, and The Kissing Hand by Audrey Penn. So each child picked 2 books, and inside those books they looked through the pages. I did not read to them, they didn't read it themselves, but they looked through the pages to find 2 examples of characters that showed good friendship. And out of those 2 pictures, they got to take a Polaroid camera and snap 2 images. And so here you can see the students are trying to choose the books that they wanted to look through. This one was actually pretty neat because I gave those instructions, and this little girl, she found a page like more of a non-example, and I said, well, student, why did you not think that this was a friendly picture? She said, because the girl looks mad and sad because she doesn't have any friends, so maybe she's lonely. And here they are looking through the images. So for my participants, the preschool students' names are Lila, Caroline, and Annie Claire. You'll see 2 more names here, Nora and Lily. They were the siblings and cousin, actually, of another participant. And I just had them all do it because I was lacking in the participant department, so I needed all the help I could get. The first participant, Lila, she looked at 2 different books and snapped her images, and we discussed why she chose those. And her reasonings were that the bunny was sharing his gloves and that the characters were holding hands. Her older sister, Nora, looked at 2 books, and she says here that they're being good friends and showing good character friend qualities because they're shaking hands, and then another one, they're reaching out to hold hands while they're flying. The cousin, Lily, she chose the book The Kissing Hand, and it's actually interesting. Lily chose 2 books where the friendships were a family relationship other than 2 characters of the same age being friends. So she chose The Kissing Hand, and When I Was Young in the Mountain. The relationships she focused on were the mother and baby raccoon, and then the grandmother and granddaughter in Cynthia Rylant's book. Caroline was the one who found the non-example, and then on another book she found a good example of friendship by saying that they were sharing their ice cream. Annie Claire only found one through her books, and it was in Stand Tall, Molly Lou Mellon, when all of her friends were admiring her for making that giant snowflake out of paper. So what they did after they did their scavenger hunt and they snapped their Polaroid images was that they made a friendship collage, and we displayed that for the rest of the session so that students were able to remember why they chose that quality of a friendship, and they could refer back to what makes a good friend. The next thing we did was we looked at wordless picture books. The wordless picture books we chose were Journey, Mr. Waffles, A Ball for Daisy, and Ball. And the purpose of looking at wordless picture books is so that the students would understand that you can still tell a story even though there are no words. So the next couple of images are the students exploring those wordless picture books. And you can see here that the picture collage is in the middle just so they can keep a reference of the qualities that make a good friend. The next to last thing we did, and kind of the whole purpose of the outcome for implementing this program, was that the students would be able to create their own wordless picture book telling the story of a friendship and what makes a good quality friend. So the picture on the bottom, this little participant was making a story about George and Peppa Pig. That's the brother and sister, but they're still friends. So she was making a story about George and Peppa. The picture above, where you can see it kind of looks like a playground, that one was called The Red Swing. And that participant created a story, and it was kind of similar to the Jessica book, where the little girl didn't have any friends, and then she thought she was going to have a friend, but they ran off. And so finally, the little red swing got filled, and they were able to swing together. In this image, you'll see the mom actually helping out the little tiny participant. She was becoming frustrated and wasn't really sure how to draw the tree, so the mom was helping her do that. And like I said, the top booklet is The Red Swing. And then on the right-hand side, the little girl was creating a book called The Pet Shop. And so she was telling a story about a pet and owner relationship very similar to Harry Potter and his owl Hedwig. The final thing we did for this program was kind of like a takeaway for the preschoolers to take home. And what they did was they made a friendship bracelet. And like I said, we left the poster board, the poster out for the friendship collage, and they'd already finished their book and looked through the picture books and wordless picture books. So this was kind of like a culmination of all of that. They created their own friendship bracelet to take home and to wear to school and around the house. To remind them the good qualities of being a friend. Anytime I look at it, they'll say, oh, I need to be a good friend today. And they'll discuss and remember the good qualities we talked about during our program implementation. And here are some more of the participants creating their bracelets. And finally, the references. These are where the books that we chose to use and the images that we discussed earlier on. All in all, I believe this project was pretty successful in terms of teaching and discussing the good qualities of a friend and friendship. And I had some feedback from the parents that was pretty positive, and they said that they really think that this is important, and especially as their little kids are about to begin the new school year. So that they can wear their bracelets and remind themselves and each other to be a good friend and to show friendship when they're in their new classroom environment. Thank you.